Kumo DTV, man, back with another one. And I just saw this news headline that said Trump was asked if he would go and capture Putin like he did Maduro. So we're going to get into this video that I just found from this press conference or whatever they're having. And that's just a crazy question. I hope his answer is no, we would never do that. And I hope he sincerely means that, because what is going on? Like, what happened to no new wars, my guy? What happened to that? That was like the main seller for there was no other option that was realistic besides Trump. But that was the seller for a lot of people. No new wars. I'm going to end the fight in Russia and Ukraine. I'm going to end the fight in here, in Israel and Palestine. I'm going to end the fight here, end the fight there. Like, bro, you're brokering a bunch of deals with a bunch of places that are still fighting. Maybe some people have stopped and not fought, but a lot of these places still have issues. So let's get into this video and see what his answer is to this question, man. I haven't watched the video. I watched less than a minute of this video until the guy asked the question, and I just paused it to make sure the question is actually in here.
Because they refuse to allow the people of Cuba to have either economic or political freedom, for that matter.
And you have a lot of people in this country that want to go back to Cuba and help Cuba. A lot of people have left, they came in penniless, they didn't have anything, and they become very rich people in our country, and they want to very much go back and help Cuba. So that's something that Cuba has that a lot of other places don't have. Peter?
President Trump, thank you. I do want to ask you about Minnesota, but first, just more on topic. President Zelensky said that he was watching with the rest of the world as you made this order to go and capture Nicolas Maduro. And he said, if that's how it works with dictators, then the United States knows what to do next. Sounds like he wants you to go and capture Vladimir Putin. Would you ever order a mission to go and capture Vladimir Putin?
Well, I don't think it's going to be necessary. I think we're going to have I've always had a great relationship with him. I'm very
Bro, you don't think it's going to be necessary? Why is the answer not no? This implies that you can do that. This implies that you're willing to do that, that option is on the table. The answer needs to be no. What? And I think he might just be doing this for the camera, because he is just mentally deranged, and the people around him are as well. Because if you think you're just going to conduct an operation like this in Russia and capture Putin, and there's not going to be a war after, there's not going to be blowback, you are sadly fucking mistaken. Doesn't matter what's going on in Ukraine, their focus is going to be on America now.
disappointed. I settled 8 wars. I thought this would be in the middle of the pack, or maybe one of the easier ones. And I don't know if you know, Peter, the last month, they lost 31,000 people, many of them Russian soldiers, and the Russian economy is doing poorly. I think we're going to end up getting it settled. I wish we could have done it quicker, because a lot of people are dying, and mostly soldiers. They get hit in Kiev, and they get hit a little bit here and there, and people are dying there too. But largely, it's the soldier population. When you have 30,000, 31,000 soldiers dying in a period of a month, 27,000 the month before, 26,000 the month before that, that's bad stuff. So, as you know, President Biden gave $350 billion to Ukraine to fight, and we would never get that back.
Bro, he gave money to Ukraine too after he said he wouldn't, and he wants the war to stop. And oh, Zelensky, you're on your own. You gave him money. Like what? Oh yeah, we gave him money, but we're gonna get rare earth. What, bro? What are you talking about? Fuck that rare earth. You're fueling the fire. You're furthering the war. What are you talking about, bro?
back, although I did make a rare earth deal to get it back, so we will be getting it back, but shouldn't have done that. It was a bad thing to do. I will say that right now, because I was able to get NATO to up GDP from 2% to 5%, NATO's got a lot of money, and they're paying for everything. We're not losing any money. We're making a lot of money, I guess, if you think of it, because we're selling them military equipment. They're probably giving it to Ukraine, but we're selling them to NATO military equipment. We're getting full price and all of that, but that's not.
And then he says they as if he's not in, as if we are not involved in NATO. Like, our representatives in NATO know exactly what they're doing with the money, and they're a part of the decision-making process of where that money is going, or where these weapons are going. Like, what are you saying right now, bro? And then Ukraine is in a NATO country, so what the fuck are we doing supplying them with anything?
A big deal to me. What is a big deal is stopping a war where 30,000 people are being killed every single month.
On Minnesota, the vice president yesterday suggested that Renee Good, who was killed by this ICE officer, was part of a broad left-wing network. What has your team told you about this broad left-wing network? Who is in charge of it? Who's part of it? What's it called?
Well, I haven't seen the vice president's statement, but he's generally very accurate. I hate to say it. Look, I watched that yesterday, and there are a lot of different forms to it. But
okay, I'll watch that on my free time. That's it for this one, I guess. But yeah, this is a short video. Thought he was maybe gonna speak a little bit more on that, but that's insane. We, like, bro, can do an operation like this in Russia? What do you think this is, bro? Do you think Russia is sweet because they're at war right now? Like, what? Oh, bruh. And then they have their contingency plan of if Russia is going to fall, they're going to nuke whoever or nuke the world. I forget what, like, let's see what it is. Let's see what it is before we get off of here. Okay, yeah, so, bro, Google Gemini fucking sucks. This shit sucks because it literally contradicts itself. Like, what it says, there's no official publicly known plan for Russia's nuclear arsenal. And then it goes on to explain all of these things, including the dead hand. Russia operates a Cold War era automated system called Dead Hand in English. This system is designed as a last resort to guarantee a retaliatory nuclear strike if the highest command levels are destroyed in a surprise attack and the standard chain of command is broken. If activated during a crisis, a network of sensors monitors for nuclear detonations and other catastrophic conditions. If these conditions are met and communication links are served, the system can bypass intermediate command posts and directly issue launch commands to land-based missiles. So, in other words, if you were to do something like this to Putin and his chain of command also fell along with him, like how you're saying you want a regime change, if you did a regime change in Russia, there's a dead man switch that would automatically fire off nuclear weapons. And those weapons are probably aimed at the United States and every NATO country. So every major city in the United States will be having nuclear weapons fired at them. Every NATO country will likely have nuclear weapons fired at them. And I highly doubt that all of those, or maybe not even any of those, will be able to be stopped. So I don't think running an operation like this in Russia would be a very good idea because, who knows? You don't know how people are feeling. You might try and take Putin and then boom, they're letting the dead man switch go off. You took the supreme leader. It's over. Or it might just be somebody, no dead man switch. We're gonna fire a nuke at you. You took Putin, okay, you took Putin to New York, we're gonna fire a nuke at LA. So, you never know what could happen or what's going on. People should not be playing with nuclear powers, especially. So that's it for this one. Kumo DTV everywhere. Kumo Cast on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow everywhere. I'm out of here.